Hey guys, how you doing today? Sorry it's been a while before since I did a topic, but I've got an excellent one for you today. We're going to be talking about VoIP or VoIP, voice over IP, and the major one we're going to be looking at is called Discord. What I hadn't had a chance to look at it, which I did very recently. We're also going to talk a little bit about Skype and Teamspeak. Now we're looking at this more of a in a gamer's view, and first thing I want to thank somebody called Zivaline, which is a Gamers Girl YouTube channel. So check out Zivaline's channel in the comment section below. This is her third topic she recommended to me or talked about. And first thing, like I said, we're going to talk about Skype. At one time, the most popular and the most users, and it was bought out by Microsoft several years ago. Of course, during that time, it still has quite a few bit of problems. Before, it used to be set up on a peer-to-peer network, which means whoever initiates the call is going to automatically be the server, and the more people you add in, the more resources it uses on that computer. So very often, if that computer cuts out, then that will break all the connections, and along with many other problems. So then they started shifting from peer-to-peer to Microsoft running its own servers for Skype, and of course they have a long history of doing this with Azure, hosting other people on their own servers. So it made sense for them to do that, but it still does occasionally have problems. Now looking at Teamspeak, another premier voice over server, great for gaming. It is a little bit complicated to set up sometimes, and also I believe you have to purchase your own server to make this work. Of course, now Discord, which is a new VoIP, really looks exciting because it's easy to use, uses less resources, and you can make free servers. And here, even in America, I believe they have at least 4 main servers around America. So if you live in the USA, perfect time to use it. So let's go ahead and look into Discord more closely. How you doing, guys? Here we're on the desktop. I'm going to show you some of the features and a little bit about Discord. Now, if you never used Discord before, it does take a little while to familiarize yourself with the interface, but once you do, I find it actually a little bit easier than Skype and even Teamspeak, I think. And I'm not necessarily going to go through all these right here. I've actually only got 2 of my regular friends transferred right now. I did a lot of testing using Discord, mostly in talking with those 2 friends, getting up and running, and we're mostly going to go through the preferences and show you some of the features, and not going to show you everyone, just the most important ones. What's really nice about this, you can actually transfer a lot of your friends from other services, VoIP, gaming, and so forth. For instance, Twitch, Skype, and that's where a majority of my friends, and actually when from my broadcast show and the tech webcast, we have a lot of people on, a couple of hundred or more. And then Steam and Twitter, and as you can see here, I have some of my friends from Steam, and I just here recently added my Skype as well. And here in voice, you can obviously choose your default input and output, as well as setting your volumes. So the input mode, you can actually select 2 different ways: push to talk, and then you simply choose whatever key you want to use. I'm actually going to use, I usually use a key I don't use very often, just like so. And then I suggest you do the same, because actually during gameplay you may accidentally mess something up or talk. So you can push to talk, voice activated. Obviously, once you talk, your voice is automatically going to be transmitted through Discord. Here, automatically determine input sensitivity by a volume slider right here in decibels, and that's what that dB means. I normally set that on auto. And once you get to right here, is very interesting. You can also two different ones. Compact mode, if you have a lot of friends or many people talking at once, you can choose the compact. Now what I found really interesting here, if you look down here in hardware acceleration, before I talk about that, Discord actually uses less resources than comparative VoIP systems such as Skype and Teamspeak. And what's really interesting, it actually uses hardware acceleration to do this as well. Now keep in mind, if you do have this activated and you're playing a game, it may affect your frame rate. So unless you have a particularly good graphics card, then you can have it selected. If you don't have the best, then you may want to disconnect this and do it that way. Right here, games, you can actually choose which game you decide to put an overlay. And once you actually, you see here, I have Steam selected as one of my gaming platforms. Unfortunately, my Steam isn't working right. I have to re-download the games, and hopefully at the end I'm going to show you what the Discord overlay over the game looks like. And it's actually very convenient, and you can actually at a glance tell who's talking and other statistics, as well as setting volume. And what's also nice about Discord is it'll go from text to voice, so it'll actually read out each response. That way you don't spend time reading each message as it's coming in, and you can worry about playing your game. And so on and so on. Here, obviously you want to choose the closest server wherever it's located to you. It'll make it a lot faster. And then enabling streamer mode. Those are some of the many features of Discord. So try it out for yourself and see how you like it. And probably one of the greatest features as well is, unlike Teamspeak, which you have to actually pay for monthly for a server, you can actually make multiple servers for free. And you can go through here, either join a server or even create a server, which I'm not actually going to go through this process is right now. So this actually looks very competitive with things like Teamspeak and Skype. So like I said, give it a try. Especially if you're a gamer, this would I think would really work for you.